Nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants
Look
that.
at the stars, look how they shine for you. Everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along.
There was thing you do, and it was all yellow. 1, 2. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is where you can learn something new and practice at the same time. Today I'm showing you, telling you all my secrets, all my thoughts when I'm playing a song, what I like to do, what I don't like to do. This is everything I can give you when playing a song. Let's go. So I've chosen the song Yellow by Coldplay, album called Parachutes. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. Really, I love Coldplay. I love their simplicity. I love their sound. I love their emotions. I love their style of production. I still remember the first time I've heard this band. I was at the US, in a forest somewhere near New York, Buffalo, New York, I think that was, somewhere in that area, with friends. And yeah, I've heard this. It was a long time ago. I was waking up from a nap and it was magical. I loved the guitar, the sound, everything. So usually the bass in Coldplay is very simple. Let me play the song for you.
Look at the stars,
So
look how they shine.
usually just 8 notes, no crazy bass lines, really serving the music. So So bass is very simple, and I'm using this song just to show all kinds of principles and techniques that I might play in a song. So let's start with everything I think about, okay? Everything I think about when I'm playing, which is everything I'm doing. So I'm going to tell you, this lesson is going to be kind of wild. I'm going to tell you everything that I think, and make sure you write down or just go back to the chapters and see everything again, because it's going to be a lot. And why not give you everything that I know? I mean, there is so much great information out there. So yeah, I'm just adding to the information in the world as 0.0001%. Okay. So first thing I'm thinking of is number of bars. So in this loop, I just took the first verse of the song, first 2 verses, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, right? So it's an 8-bar loop, some kind of 8-bar loop. And then I'm thinking of the chords, because it's not different to me. The structure of the song, which is, by the way, by far the hardest thing to master as a bass player. That's the form of a song. That's, by the way, where our responsibility is at its peak. So, yeah, the form of the song comes together with the chords. They affect each other, and I remember them together. When I'm memorizing a song, when I'm feeling more connected to a song that I know, that means that I'm thinking of the form and the chords together as one unit, because they affect each other. So we have B for 2 bars, then F sharp, maybe F sharp, yeah, it's an F sharp major, then E major, then going back to B. So let me play that for you. Taking the bass out. F sharp, 2 bars. Second bar, E, 2 bars. Going back to B. So we have this 3 shorter cycles. 2 bars B, 2 bars F sharp, 2 bars E, then starting together. Most of the time, this is how this song works. going back to B. So I'm thinking of this structure. I'm thinking of this with the chords. And when I'm playing, I'm thinking about the structure. Yes, I'm thinking about the structure. I feel like this lesson was like the best dream any bass player could ask, because when a bass player is telling you what you think, what he's thinking about, that's like giving permission for you to do things. Not because I'm such a great bass player. That's not my point. You need to hear many other bass players say what I'm saying, like in their own version. But what I mean is, when I was a young bass player, I didn't know, can I do that? Can I do that? How does he do that? How does he remember that? How can he manage to do that? So I'm telling you, I'm thinking about these things. And when I'm saying thinking, I'm not necessarily thinking with this part of the brain telling myself, this is the second bar, this is the third bar. I'm also feeling. Feeling is for me a form of thinking. It's not flowers popping out. It's actually more signs of where I am. So feelings, really mathematical thinking, for me, it's the same. They mixed together. So I'm thinking of this form. Yeah, that's the second bar. I feel it. Some kind of happiness, excitement, new excitement, something new. That's also a feeling for me.
Yeah, they were all yellow.
Yeah, that felt so good because a new cycle started, and I'm thinking about that. Guys, I really hope you see how valuable is what I'm saying, because I'm being very exposed here. And maybe you will think that's weird. Oh, he says it feels good. What does that mean? But I don't care. I'm giving you everything in this video. So when this chord, this beginning of the cycle hits, I'm saying yes. Because it's very satisfying. I feel satisfaction there. And that's something to notice while you play, because you're marking the form. Otherwise, it's really hard to count all the time and improvise and interact with other band members and think of everything. Use feelings. Use feelings to really navigate. Okay, moving to the next element. Chords. I know B major, I know F sharp major, I know E major. I'm looking at the chords and I'm thinking about them. But I'm not just thinking of these three major chords. Okay, these are the notes. Okay, this is the fifth. The trick is, when I'm looking at the fretboard, doesn't matter if I'm looking at it physically or just in my imagination, when I'm not looking at the bass, I'm seeing a process. I'm seeing something that goes like this. If this is B, and I know that F sharp is coming because I'm thinking of the form all the time, right? How many chords, how many bars? I know and I see that the third of F sharp is a half step below the root of B. So I'm not just thinking in groups or in monogroups, right? Root. That's not smart. I'm thinking of the root than this, but I also see this option. And many more options. But for this video, I'm going to concentrate on this simple strategy. So I know that F sharp is coming, and maybe I can do that. Again, instead of playing F sharp, I played A sharp. And I've created an inversion. Yeah, lost my concentration there. Yeah, an inversion. One more time. Instead of playing F sharp, I'm going to play A sharp instead of F sharp. Resolving. Now, I can do the opposite. I can play F sharp, then A sharp. Yeah, whatever, mix between them, I'm feeling it. But the thing is that I'm choosing, and that's freedom, that's expressing yourself. Now, a disclaimer. I'm using this song just to make all kinds of arguments and show you all kinds of points, but I'm not saying you should play like that on a song like that. Nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants
Look
that.
at the stars, look how they shine for you. Everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that in a song, especially in a song like that. You always want to serve the music. You always want to be there for the music. Doesn't matter what song it is, what band it is, you always want to be there. So I'm just using the song to show all kinds of elements. Now, one more thing that is very important. And maybe this is harsh, maybe what I'm saying is harsh, but to me, you're not an interesting bass player if you can only play it in a certain way. I don't know if not interesting, but that's not enough for you as a musician to know to do only one thing. For me, in my opinion, what you want to do is to be able to do everything or as much as possible and choose. You want to be able to use all colors available and make a really smart, emotional, music-serving decision. So the way I just played, that's not how I want you to play all the time. I want you to be able to play like that. So there is a bass player I really, really like. His name is Tim Lefebvre. Tim Lefebvre is an amazing bass player, and usually he played with like so many big names. He played with rock productions, pop productions, like many legends. But he also played in these crazy, sophisticated bands. He played in so many bands. Check out Tim Lefebvre. He's all over the place. And to me, he's a legend because he can play really, really complicated stuff, but he's always serving the music. So shout out to Tim. He's a great teacher in that sense because he really holds it and just give out anytime he feels like it's serving the music. So yeah, Tim Lefebvre. Okay, so you got the chords, you got the form. Now you got the scales. So if I'm playing this song and I know it's B major, then F sharp major. In this case, it's a mixolydian, but let's just think of the first 5 notes. Then you can also be more melodic and not just thinking in chords, but also in scales. And then you can do stuff like that.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. Everything you do.
So I can be more melodic and play more notes that are more expressive. And I'm thinking the same way. The strategy is the same as chords. I'm looking at the note and seeing more dots now. Connecting more dots from both directions, up and down. So you got the scales. Let's see what else do you have. We have time, and that's really, really important.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. Everything you do, yeah, they were all
Okay, so what am I thinking about here? When I'm playing, I'm constantly checking that I'm in time. I'm not just checking, okay, I'll check on the first beat. That's the most important beat. I'm going to just be aware there. The rest of the time, I'm going to think about scales, chords, and I don't know what. Thinking of time, not thinking of time. Thinking of time, not thinking of time. No, I don't work like that. I measure, especially if I'm playing 8 notes. I'm going always to the subdivision of the song and measuring all the time with the snare, with the bass drum, with the singer, with the guitar player, with myself. I'm checking time in 2 areas, between me and myself and between me and the music. So playing, measuring. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. And perhaps this is the even bigger secret, is that I make mistakes. When I make mistakes, I'm so aware while I'm playing that I can correct them. So for me, being aware is not making mistake, it's reacting to them without making a drama. I made a mistake, let's correct it. Do you know these needles when you have analog tuners, right? You want to put them there, but it goes a little bit here, and then you adjust the string and it's going a little bit. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm always trying to bring the needle to the center. And it's going here, and I'm not, oh my God. No, I'm just gently moving it, really gently. Okay? So that's how I treat time. I'm always thinking about it, being aware, and when I'm making a mistake, I'm just moving it back. It's really, really important to be really, really relaxed. Maybe this is why a lot of bass players are cool in a way. I don't know if I can say that bass players are cool, but we are required to be cool in order to perform. We need the CPU to be really, really low so we can manage all these different aspects that we deal with while we play, while we serve the music. Okay, let's think of the next secret, the next thing. So I'm playing the song.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
Let's say I want to bring more power. So first way I can think of is playing harder.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
Okay, maybe the drummer is opening the hi-hat, maybe something happens in the song, I want to play harder. Okay, that's one option. One more option is to play the same note and on the same string going 1 octave up. That's a very common practice.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
Right? I'm projecting a lot more mid-frequency and I'm pushing more air and I'm creating more energy. So that's another way. A third way is a way that I came up with myself, and I've been using it a lot, and it's been very, very powerful. And the reason I'm mentioning that I came up with it myself is not to show you how great I am, is just to show you that the things you do, the things that only you do, can be someone else's gold. Being yourself is the most valuable thing you can bring to the table. I've talked about it many times before. And here's the thing. I'm just playing octaves. So octaves on 2 strings together are very, very powerful.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you.
I'm giving energy, but not too much. This is like a great, great way to really boost your capacity, but not to kill the sound. Like, usually I'll alternate between these 2 fingers. I won't alternate. I'll just designate a finger to a string and I do it all the time. I used to play in this band where music was so complicated, and I decided my concept, we had 3 albums, my concept was to just play a lot of octaves. Every time I wanted to do something crazy, I would hold myself and play an octave. And it gives a lot of power, especially drummers. They get all excited and they feel safe and they go out and do crazy stuff. So octaves, that's another actual secret that I'm sharing here with you. Let's think of one more thing.
Look at the stars, look how they shine.
Now I've made a loop out of this song,
Everything,
but my point is this.
yeah, they were all yellow. I came along.
What I was thinking about now is time, not in the sense of rhythm, but in the sense of history. What I mean by that is I'm keeping track, emotional track or intellectual track of what I did, what I didn't do, what I will do. So I played for 16 bars now, and I'm like, okay, that's enough time. I feel that I need to deliver something to the music, right? So it's like a statistics, but in a larger scale, not 2 bars, not 4 bars, 16 bars, 32 bars. And it's endless because then you can think in terms of songs. Okay, I did that in that song. In the next song, I'm going to add something. Why? Because I didn't add it in the previous song, and now it's time. And you can do it with albums, with bands, and with lives. So thinking in a larger scale is also a very effective tool that you guys can use, can think of. I'll make more videos like that in the future. And yeah, I hope you got everything. Feel free to go back and watch the video again. I'm putting out a course really, really soon that I'm so proud of, that are going to make everybody better bass players. It's going to be all about rhythm, creating bass line, improvising with the personal feedback from me. That's really the only place you can interact live with me. I'm not teaching for the last year and a half live at all. No one-on-one lessons. That will be the only place where you can reach out and have a weekly session with me in that group scenario. So I hope you had I feel like I just ran a marathon, so I'm going to chill. No, I'm not. I'm not going to chill. I'm going to edit this video. I never chill. Bye, guys. Love you. Okay.